So we're back at it again with another video by DJ Mobile Auto Services. So we got a Prius C, aka Aqua. It's a Toyota brand, right? So we're going to do a basic oil change and probably show you little maintenance tips which you can do to keep your vehicle up and running, right? And certain checks that you can do with, you know, basic tools. And I'm also going to let you know what I'm using so you can tune up your vehicle on your own if it's up to you, or you can just bring it to a professional. So what we have here is the, sorry about that, we got the cabin filter, that's for the AC. We got the air filter, which is this one. We got the oil filter. We also have a gas treatment, some coolant, right, which is 50/50, right. We got the transmission oil and we got the engine oil. I also have to get a bucket to grab the oil, and I also have to get some jack stand, or even if you got those what you call that, boy, the ramps, you can use that and change your oil for yourself in the privacy of your own home, right? So you will need a, let's see what tools you need. You need a 14 socket, a ratchet handle, screwdriver, Phillips, 10mm socket and extension. What else I'm gonna need? A multimeter if you have one, a rag, and you gotta have a one of those oil pliers to remove the oil filter. And yeah, that should be it. So as I said, let me just get at it and, you know, show you how it's done. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jack the vehicle up, or if you have a lift, you can use the lift. Well, I don't have a lift, so I'm gonna, you know, jack the vehicle up. So you want to be able to send the jack straight to the back where you can get a solid spot. Okay, chuck the wheel first so it don't roll on you. Right, safety first. I got my gloves on, got your glasses on if you choose to, and you just want to jack the vehicle up enough so you can put it on the dummy stands. Vehicle rests on the dummy stands. I'm gonna just get some cardboard or whatever you choose to have and gonna slide under the vehicle so I don't get no crap on my ground while I'm working, right? So let me get that. All right, so I got all my stuff ready to go in the vehicle. So I got my creeper, I got my container where I'm gonna collect all the oil. I got a 9/16 or 14mm socket on a ratchet. I got my filter tool, I got my oil filter, and I have a rack, right? So I'm gonna roll on the vehicle, remove the oil filter, remove the drain plug, let the oil drain. While I'm doing that, I'll probably doing something else in the meantime. So I just got that cardboard on the ground so it don't dirty up the floor. Right, the oil filter replaced. I'm going to now pour the engine oil. This takes a full gallon, so you just gotta pour the whole gallon, or you could put 4 quarts of oil. So you use a funnel. As I said, make sure the drain plug is closed and the oil filter is secured properly with your just hand tight, and you pour the entire gallon. I mean, I do it enough times to know it takes the full 4 quarts of the gallon. So, alright, so what I do is put a rag in here, so drop on the floor. Since I got the oil completed underneath the vehicle, I can move to the top where I'm going to remove the air filter, clean the map, the mass airflow, the throttle, and the injectors. And then after, I'm going to check the brakes. Probably I gotta change the transmission fluid still, and I'm just going to do my checks on the other fluids. Alright, with some throttle body cleaner, right, or carb cleaner, I cleaned out the throttle behind the plate in front, right? Just use a little toothbrush. That's all you need to just clean it up. And I also, you know, just clean the map also. So I'm gonna put everything back together. So with the air filter in place, throttle body back secured with the map sensor clean. I'm just gonna tighten it hard, put the mass airflow back. So I'm gonna check my brake fluid and my coolant for my inverter and my radiator. All the fluids topped up, filter change. I did all my checks on top. Right, we're gonna go in, change the cabin filter, pour the gas treatment in the tank, and that should be it for the basic part. As I said, I'm gonna also change the transmission fluid in this vehicle. Alright, so we're gonna put a gas treatment in the vehicle. You don't have to be no hybrid and expensive gas treatment. Just put a little gas treatment to help with the injectors. Alright, so yes, you don't want the carbon to be building up on the injector, so I'm just throwing this cheap gas treatment in the gas tank. You throw it ever so often. If you want to buy the hybrid type, that's up to you, but this one works. You have other brands like Redline, Liquid Moly, and other gas treatment, Prestone. You buy whatever you want, right? So next we're gonna switch out the cabin filter, and that's under the glove compartment. So let me set you up. Right, so under the glove compartment you just gotta push the two tabs down and the whole thing will come down. So we're gonna change out the cabin filter. Right, this one is filthy. See the condition of it. Right, it's really filthy. So this is a new one and this is an old one. So you gotta, you know, change this ever so often. I recommend every 6 months you change it out. So I'm just gonna, it's kind of hidden, so people tend to forget about it, but you try not to. Right, you have those with the directions on it, so you just slip it in like that. You put back the tab, it has to say up. Then you're gonna make sure you get this hook, push it in real tight, and just lift it up, and that's it. Alright, put back. So that's the cabin filter replaced and the gas treatment sorted out. Alright, so that's about it. That's what we call a basic. Next thing I'm gonna do before I do anything else, I'm gonna check the hybrid fan. Make sure that that's clean. That's also something that they forget too a lot because of where it's located. So let me get my tools and I'll set you up to show you what I'm talking about. Alright, behind the passenger seat has a hybrid high voltage fan, right? So you try to keep your car as clean as possible because you don't want that dust and debris and fur and whatever else that's being in your vehicle go and stick on that fan, because next minute you're gonna have the fan overworking and so slowly would start to damage have the battery overheating basically, right? Have some batteries on this back seat. You try also not to have like store any coolers or any drinks or anything like that. Anything could leak down between the seats or into the seats and wet the high voltage battery and slowly add corrosion to the bus bars and the battery itself components and damage the battery after a while. So as you try to keep no liquids in the back here and don't block the vent with anything to obstruct the flow of the air that's coming through to cool the fan. So let me just pop it off. Look, I'm gonna take this vent off, clean it up, clean the front of the fan, put it up. If it needs to be cleaned thoroughly, I will have to remove it and probably make a recommend. I'm gonna do a life expectancy test on this vehicle also to see where the battery is. So I always practice that because I want to let the customer know, you know, if the battery is depleting, you have to do some kind of recondition so we could build the battery back up to full capacity so he can, you know, prolong the life of the battery. If you let it drop, you know, on the 70 and stuff like that, it's gonna be challenging to get it back to 100%, and you will eventually have to buy a battery, and these batteries are very costly. So, you know, you try to do these little things to help prevent the overheating of the battery and prolong the life of the battery. These little debris and hair and stuff like that, it tends to stick onto the fan filter, and it slowly reduce the efficiency of the fan and overheat the battery. So that's why I always recommend that you ever so often take that vent off and clean up your fan. You just gotta use a little dirty toothbrush or old toothbrush and clean it off. Or even I saw the customer have what do you call it? Well, I don't know what this is, a makeup brush thing, right? They have it in the back, so they don't look like they practice things, but all these little napkins and stuff like that could tend to break off and stick to the fan and cause the fan to overheat. So you don't want that. So you want to just always practice proper maintenance on your hybrid battery fan, because it's going to be costly if you don't. So I'm just going to clean the vent up. You don't need no compressed air and stuff like that. You just gotta just ever so often just clean up the vent. Alright, if you're a lady or a woman, you can do it also. You don't need a man to do it. You're not gonna get shocked or anything. You just, as I say, you just want to practice proper maintenance, right? Make sure the vent is always free and not obstructed by anything, any shoes, any books, much like the paper towel. You don't want to have no, as I said, no water or juice bottles laying around in the back of the seat, because it will may eventually leak down into the area where the battery is, and it will damage the battery over a period of time. So I'm just gonna put it back on. They have a few clips. You can't mix it up. As I say, you just pop it on like this. Look like it was here before, right? You just, in order to take these out, you just push it down. In order to put it back on, you push it back out like this. Once you put it back up, you just pop it in the hole. Once you get the hole lined up, I'm gonna also remove the transmission fluid, because it's this customer just recently purchased this vehicle and they want to do a thorough change of everything and check before just to make sure everything is right up. So as I drain the transmission fluid, it's coming out filthy. I'm gonna make sure the vehicle is level right now, so all the transmission oil could come out, and I gotta jack the back up, right? So let me do that. Right, so with the vehicle leveled, right, on a level surface, I'm pumping in the transmission fluid right now, right? Like I said, it normally take a gallon, right? Roughly a gallon. You're just gonna pour until you start to see it drain, or dropping through the fuller plug, and that should be it, right? So normally take less than a gallon, probably like 3.87 if you just do a drain, and that should be it. All right, so the next thing I like to do is clean the injectors. So I got my injector jet clean machine hooked up. All right, so I'm gonna put the car on maintenance mode. You cannot drive in maintenance mode, but I can have the car idling for a little bit so the cleaner can run through the system, right? And I'm gonna put all the lines back together, call the customer, tell them the vehicle is ready, and that should be it. So as I said, this is it is a basic tune-up, right? But I also incorporate the transmission fluid change out, and also the injector clean, right, and the throttle and stuff like that. So this is basically the basic tune-up that you can do just to keep your hybrid running properly. I mean, you have other hybrids where you have other stuff you gotta check, but this ain't bad. I'm also gonna do the life expectancy test on the battery, and I'm going to check the 12-volt battery, and all should be good, right? So let me just get that done, and yeah, that should be it. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Until next time, take it easy.